Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Noble, and today we're going to be doing the Infernoble Knight deck profile. So I've actually been getting requests for this one left and right, and disclaimer, I'm actually going to be doing 3 different profiles for this one. A pure one, this one, which is the more meta-relevant one, and then also a Infernoble / Noble Knight deck profile. So be looking out for different builds for this, because there's just a lot of different ways you can play this. I mean, definitely this one's probably the best one out of all of them. But I absolutely love Noble Knights. It's probably my favorite archetype, tied with Mech Knights. So I was thrilled about this, and now that I finally have it in front of me, I'm super excited about it, guys. So let's get into this. If you're here, if you're watching this video and you're checking this out, there's a giant, massive red button that says subscribe on my channel. Go ahead and hit that. And then right next to it is a much smaller button that allows you to get notifications so you don't miss anything on this channel. So first off, we are playing 3 Infernoble Knight Renowned. Bro, I have no idea how to say it. I just know he looks cool as heck. So he is a level 1 Infernoble Knight. What he does is if you control a Fire Warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, treat this card as a tuner. You can only special summon Infernoble Knight Renowned. I'm probably not saying that right. Once per turn this way. If this card is special summoned, you can target one of your Fire Warrior monsters or one of your equipped monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Set another copy of this card and add it back to your hand, and then it's a hard once per turn. But it is really cool just for that graveyard or banishment recursion as well. He is a 3 of, in my opinion. I haven't really seen a build run less than 3 of him. I think I might have seen 1 or 2, but I mean, you could probably do 2, but I really recommend 3. Next up, I'm running 3 Immortal Phoenix gear for you. This one has some controversy if whether or not you want to run this at 2. I think I even saw someone run it at 1, but I'm running it at 3. You could do 2 if you wanted to. You could probably get away with that. But this is really important. I know he's like a $20 card, but it is what it is. You can banish 1 equipped spell from your field or graveyard and special summon this card from your hand. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks, you can equip 1 face-up monster on the field to this card, max 1. As an equipped spell, that gives this card 500 attack. When a monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can send 1 face-up equipped card you control the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So this card is really, really freaking good, and it's also hard once per turn as well, by the way. All the effects of him are. But this card is just absolutely great, and it synergizes so well with the Infernoble Knights. Next up, I'm running 2 Oliver, which also has controversy. I've seen everything 1, 2, and 3. I'm kind of in the middle so far. 2 seems pretty good. But what he does is while he's also a tuner, by the way. While this card is an equipped card, your opponent cannot target the equipped monster with card effects, which is really cool, getting them protection like that. You only use each of the following effects of Infernoble Knight Oliver once per turn. You can send 1 Fire Warrior monster or 1 equipped spell from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Special on this card from your hand is a level 1 monster, which is really cool for synchro plays. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 warrior monster you control and equip this card to that monster you control. So this card really gives you a lot of advantage, and he's honestly really helpful and really versatile. So like I said, if you want to bump him up, you could do that. If you wanted to bump down, you could do that. I've seen a few people playing at 1 as well. This is more of like a guide, and this is kind of what I'm playing. But so I'm also running 3 Infernoble Knight Ogier, something like that. So it has to be one of those 3, right? I can't be wrong 3 times in a row. While this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects, so that is really cool, giving it protection in that form. You can only use each of the following effects of Infernoble Knight Ogier once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 Noble Arms card or 1 Fire Warrior monster, except another copy of this card from your deck to the graveyard. And then if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 warrior monster you control and equip this card to that monster you control. So being able to Foolish Burial something on summon is awesome, and then just being able to equip it straight from the graveyard is really cool, and that's why I'm running this one at 3. I'm playing 1 Astolfo, which is like, a lot of people don't do that, but I like this card. You can banish 1 Fire Warrior monster from your hand or graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, then you can make this card's level become the level of the banished monster, which is really neat. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon this banished card during your second standby phase after this effect's activation. Then you can special summon 1 of your Fire Warrior monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. You only use each effect of Infernoble Knight Astolfo once per duel. And there's a reason it's once per duel, because it is a really good effect Both of them are. I know second standby phase, you're like, it's kind of slow. Yeah, it is, but if you get there and you resolve it, you're going to be glad you did. Take it for granted, although if you don't want to run this, that's fine. Don't do it. But personally, me, I like Astolfo. The next three, I'm running 3 Sublimation Knight, which is such a good card. What this one does is, don't be like that. Don't be all crooked. What this one does is if this card is normal or special summon, you can equip 1 Fire Warrior monster or 1 Gemini monster from your hand or deck to this card. It's an equip spell that gives this card 500 attack. If this card in its owner possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while equipped with the Gemini monster, you can special summon as many of those Gemini monsters from your graveyard as possible. As effect monsters that gain their effects, you can only use each of the Sublimation Knight effects once per turn. I wish I could talk today. But this card is just really great. The artwork on it's really cool too. Kind of wish this had been a secret rare for some weird reason. I'm also running 3 Neo Space Connector, which is getting reprinted in the 10s, which is cool. What this one does is when this card is normal summon, you can special summon a 1 Neo-Spacian monster or 1 Elemental Hernias from your hand or deck defense position. And then we also playing a Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin just for that straight up hand rip basically, and knowledge is just really invaluable. It's absolutely great. I ordered a super rare and it's still not here, so I'm using the comp. I didn't want to keep waiting for this deck. But I'm actually playing 2 Fireflint Lady, which I've also seen this played different ways. I like 2. If you control a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can send this card from the field to the graveyard and special summon 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. And if you do that, your opponent cannot target it with card effects this turn. So that is really cool, just being able to bring something out from your hand, and then it has protection as well. I'm playing a super Quantum Red Layer, which I really wanted the ultra rare, but I'm not paying like $25 for that mug, not happening. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use each of the following effects of Super Quantum Red Layer once per turn. When this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 Super Quant card in your graveyard and add it to your hand, but we're really using it for that extra body, and it's just it fires, so it really helps. And the secondary effect is also if this card is sent in the graveyard, you can target 1 Super Quant monster and special summon it, but it can't activate its effects. But that's really not relevant at all. We're just really using it because it really helps out. I'm also playing 1 Squeak Knight. My girlfriend really loves this card. I think I had to like take it back from her when she wasn't looking because I gave it to her a while ago and she's like, no, I want my mouse. But anyway, Squeak Knight is interesting. It's a level 1 fire warrior monster. This card is special summon. You can activate this effect, treat this card as a tuner this turn, and you can only special summon once from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Once per turn, you can either target 1 face-up monster you control and equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. And if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle card effect, destroy this card instead. So a lot of advantage off of this 1 little mouse card holding cheese, but he does help out quite a bit. I'm also playing 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Lion and 1 Jet Synchron. I do not, I'm letting you know right now, I do not have the Vylon or the Gidba, I think is his name, Gidba, the Secret 6 guy. I ordered them, they're still not here. I didn't want to wait another week to do this profile because it's already been a week since Rise of the Duelist came out. I would definitely play them if I had them. If they were here, they would be in this deck profile. So they're not, that's why they're not in here. But I want to let you know I'm not choosing not to play them. I ain't got them yet. So that is it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, I'm running 3 Caught by the Grave because you search quite a bit and you just don't ever want to get hand trapped at all. It's just not fun times. It's not fun times. Next up, I'm playing 3 Heritage of the Chalice, which is a really great card with absolutely beautiful artwork. Super important in this deck as well. You add 1 Noble Knight monster or 1 Noble Arms card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Just, oh gosh, that effect is so good. And then if your Noble Knight monster equipped with a Noble Arms equipped spell is destroyed by battle sent in the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, add this card back to your hand. You only use 1 Heritage of the Chalice effect per turn, only once that turn. So it reoccurs itself, which is awesome because its search is just freaking amazing, especially being able to pull it from the deck or the graveyard, having those options. It's really versatile and it helps out so much. Next up, I'm playing 3 Infernoble Arms Durandal, which I was super thrilled to pull the playset of this. I didn't have to order any. It's not like they were super expensive, but it was just nice being able to pull them. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can add 1 level 5 or lower Fire Warrior monster from your deck to your hand and then destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard because If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 5 or lower fire warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except warrior monsters, which is not really going to be a problem for the most part. You only use one Infernoble Arms Durandal effect per turn, and only once that turn. I'm also playing a Joyous. I don't have Smoke Grenade of the Thief, and I don't have... No, I do have the other one. I don't have Smoke Grenade of the Thief because it's not here yet, so I'm kind of putting Joyous in its place. But while this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one fire warrior monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, and then destroy this card. So that is really cool. Graveyard recursion. And this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard. You special summon one fire warrior monster from your hand. I'm also playing a Hot Declare. I know a lot of people don't really want to play this, but I like this card a lot. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one face-up monster you control. This turn, you cannot declare attacks except with that monster, and then it gains the ability this turn to make a second attack during each battle phase, and then you destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field and then destroy it. I really like this card. I do see builds without it, but I just like it a lot. I'm also playing a Rhoda because it's a warrior deck. Of course, the Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, and then Live and Fossil are the last spells I play, and then just for the traps, I'm just running 3 impermanents. I mean, you can kind of play whatever you want, but impermanence, in my opinion, is like really one of those powerful traps, and it does a lot. If you wanted to play like evenly match or something, you can do that, especially if they're getting the reprint soon. That's really cool. But impermanence is just really powerful, and I think personally it fits with this deck, and most meta decks are really great. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra decks. To start off with a lot of the synchros that we play, we're playing one Infernoble Knight, Emperor Charles, which, gosh, that artwork is beautiful. So what he does is he's the big boss guy of the Infernoble Knights. If an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster on the field, even during the damage step, you can destroy one card on the field, which is really, really awesome because that happens quite a bit. During the end phase, you can equip one equipped spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. Then you can equip one fire warrior monster from your deck to this card as an equipped spell that gives it 500 attack straight from the deck, which is really cool, being able to have your choice of any of those monsters. That also gives this thing advantages as well. I'm also playing a Captain Roland, which I really wish they would have made this a super rare, man. Like, I don't understand why they made Blizzard a super rare and not Captain Roland. Captain Roland is just super rare. It's cool, man. We got him, and he's nice because what he does is if this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn. You can send one equipped spell from your deck to the graveyard, then add one warrior monster from your deck to your hand. So you can kind of swap out something for something else you need, which is really nice. And then during the main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target one warrior monster you control and equip this card to that monster you control as an equipped spell that gives it 500 attack. And you can only use each effect once per turn, which this is just a really cool card. It just helps out a lot, just being able to search from your deck as well. And then equip straight from the graveyard. That's really helpful. I'm playing a Noble Knight of Hal Launderson. I don't know how you say it. The buyout of this card was insane, dude. I got this card for $2. And then like a few weeks later, it jumped to like 30. It was really crazy. But I'm playing him. When this card is synchro summoned, you can equip one Noble Arms equip spell from your deck to this card at the end of the battle phase. If this card destroyed an opponent's monster by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one Noble Knight or one Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. You only control one Noble Knight of High Launderson, or however you say it. So for the more generic synchro stuff, I'm playing a Metal Marcher, which I cannot say that fast at all. I can barely say that at all. A Herald of the Arclight, the little seahorse guy that I'm not even going to try and say his name. Also a Coral Dragon, a Trishula, the Dragon of Ice Bearer for that straight ridiculous stuff. I don't have Borosword Savage yet, and I'm not buying him because he's going to drop so much in the next few weeks. So instead I'm playing a Crimson Blader, or as my girlfriend likes to say, Crimson Bladder for some reason. And I actually really like this card. Of course I'm going to run Borosword Savage when I get him, but for the meantime, I really like Crimson Blader. He works really well. If you can land the hit, he just really locks out your opponent. Because if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, your opponent cannot normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. Which you have to land that hit. You have to be able to successfully destroy something by battle. But if you do, it really locks him out. And it's not terribly hard to kind of set up to where you can do that as well. So for the links, I'm playing 2 Isolde, 2 Tales of the Noble Knights. I mean, this card is so freaking good, dude. Honestly, I've seen people run it 3, but just two of them I think is pretty optimal, but this card is just fantastic. Halka Fibrax, which I know some people just probably gagged by me just saying that, and they're going to gag more because I'm about to say Link Ross as well. I know people are sick and tired of it, but it's a Synchro deck, man. What do you expect? And then just for the last two, just one Mega Phantom Beast Auroradon, and then one Access Code Talker. And you can really substitute this for any level generic Link form monster you wanted, like Appaloosa or Borosaur. Borosaur is definitely cheaper. But Access Code's just super powerful, and he works really well with this deck. So that's actually it for the deck, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, this is not the only build I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a pure one, and then also a Noble Knight / Infernoble Knights deck profile. And I do apologize for not having some of the cards. I ordered them, but they just didn't come in time. I didn't want to keep waiting because it's already been weeks since stuff's been out, and I'm already weeks late on giving you guys this profile anyway. But yeah, guys, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you watched this video and you liked it and you haven't already done so, subscribe. I'd absolutely love that. And if you also liked it, give it a thumbs up. It allows my videos to circulate around YouTube a little bit more, since I'm still a very small YouTuber, and I greatly appreciate it. And also hit that very small button that allows you to get notifications for everything on this channel so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you on the next video.